Hi, everybody. I'm sorry I'm not able to give our presentation in person. I've been super sick this past weekend, but luckily Professor Rodriguez said that I could record myself presenting, so here we go. We're going to be talking about Minobimaatisiiwin, which is pretty hard to pronounce, and luckily if I ever mess it up, I can just edit it out. So here's a question that you guys can think about as we go through the presentation. What does living the good life mean to you? Minobimaatisiiwin is often translated as living the good life or living in a good way, but in practice, it's a holistic concept that focuses on balance, relationships, and responsibility. It considers physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual well being as interrelated rather than separate compartments of life. It emphasizes the importance of harmonious relationships with the land, water, animals, and all living beings, and just being thankful for life. It also emphasizes taking care of oneself, one's community, and the environment in a reciprocal way. Some historical and cultural roots of Minobimaatisiiwin. It is an indigenous philosophy that emphasizes interconnectedness, cultural resilience, and the idea of continuous rebirth, which has to do with honoring women as the givers of life and respecting elders for the knowledge and wisdom that they hold, which is a pretty common indigenous belief, but nonetheless important. Every element of life, from personal health to the health of the environment, is intertwined. This interdependency is a foundational aspect of many indigenous cultures. The concept reinforces the significance of maintaining cultural practices, languages, and traditions as the key to living well, particularly in the face of modern challenges. Here's a quote from the Pluriverse book that reads, "In Anishinaabe tradition, understanding the need to avoid a culture of commodification, consumption, and destruction of the planet is guided by the Wendigo teachings. The Wendigo is a cannibalistic being that is cursed with an overwhelming hunger that can never be satisfied, no matter how much it consumes. The Wendigo wanders the earth, destroying whatever it finds in its path, in an agonizing and unending quest for satisfaction. The example of the Wendigo reminds us that we can choose a path of Minobimaatisiiwin or that of the Wendigo, which will bring about the eventual destruction of all life." So ultimately, this story warns that if society continues on its current path of overconsumption and disregard for the environment, it will lead to collapse. But it also offers hope that by having respect for things that make up our environment, a different future is possible. And how it applies to today's context, Minobimaatisiiwin challenges the idea of valuing short-term gains or industrial or economic expansion over ecological balance and community health. It advocates for sustainable development, like an approach where economic, social, and environmental interests are all balanced. Education, such as teaching indigenous culture and values to children and future generations, to instill a sense of responsibility to care for the world and the things around them. Policies like implementing indigenous knowledge to guide sustainable practices, healthcare, which might be a holistic approach to maintaining a mental, emotional, physical, and spiritual balance, and community, which could focus on collective success rather than individual wealth, a common theme throughout all of our presentations. And then one more question that maybe we can come back to at the end. Can you guys think of any personal habits or practices that align with this perspective? And that's all for my part of the presentation, and I'm going to hand it off to Kamoy. Thank you.